Hello everyone and welcome to A Distorted Revelation. Thank you for joining us for an evening of Dungeons and Dragons. I am Ali and I will be your Dungeon Master tonight. We are thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. This game is a sequel, let's say, of my previous game, Divergent Dream, and I hope you enjoy horror on a ship. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here plays fantasy character in a fantasy universe. The 5 players each have their own unique characters with shit that tells them who they are, what they can do, the deepest secrets, and what dice to roll. They will be mostly rolling 20-sided dice to see if they succeed or not. 20 is good and 1 is hilariously bad. They will play the characters and everything else in said fantasy universe is played by me. People, weather, monsters, you name it. And between me describing the world and story, the players describing what they want to do, and some dice to roll to keep things interesting, we will tell our story. Now, let's meet our players.
Hi, I'm G. I'm playing Charlie, who is a fire genasi wildfire druid, so we'll be setting fire to things. They're non-binary and have quite kind of, unlike most fire genasi, they have quite grey, dry, sort of ashy skin and hair like sort of charred straw. And they work for like super powerful wizard and just like do stuff for them, like picking up things from a ship.
Hello everybody, I'm Joe. I use he/him pronouns, and I will be playing Wesley, who also uses he/him pronouns. He is a fairly young, fair-haired human who is a wonderfully suave and swashbuckling storm sorcerer, and will be attempting to match certain other members of the party in amounts of lightning and thunder.
Hello, I'm Sean. I am playing Tetch, the cleric of Talos that you may have met had you seen A Feltide Rising, the campaign that I ran. And so he's an NPC who is coming into the fore as a player character. He's everyone's favourite conspiracy theorist, looking for groups of 5 harbingers that may or may not be causing devastation and destruction wherever they go. Tetch is a Mark of Storm half-elf and is a domain of Tempest, so expect to see plenty of lightning and thunder and various antics of that nature.
Hi everyone, I'm Johnny and I go by he/him pronouns, and in this game I am playing Malagak, the bugbear rune knight fighter person, who also uses he/him pronouns. He's a wonderfully war-painted bugbear, a little bit on the lower side with some of the stats in places like intelligence and wisdom, but makes up for it with his strength and his great axe.
Hi, I'm Liz. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Orica Ferris, who uses she pronouns. Orica is a full orc bard. She is tusky. She's fabulous. She's here to play some exquisite songs and set some records straight. So I guess grab a nail, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
And also, let's have a word from our sponsors.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be roughly a 5 to 10 minute break somewhere towards the middle. We run shows on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Britain, and 2 a.m. Tuesday mornings in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays, we run TTRPG streams. These can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or even 12 weeks long. You can always find out our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule. On Tuesdays, we have our ongoing campaign, Fracture. And on Fridays, we have our talk show, Talk Together, and Talking is a Free Action, which lasts for 1 hour.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search for Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with a wide range in sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage our champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are from a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but we acknowledge that it does happen. We have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we miss an instant of misgendering, we are open to be corrected. So please let us know if you think one has been missed. Also, check out !safety in chat for content warnings and some of the safety tools that we use. And now, let us begin. Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Roll Together, and we are here at the finale of our Distorted Revelation. And this is the last episode. Last time we left in the middle of an encounter, but let's do a quick recap. After some adventures in different levels of the ship, our heroes managed to go back to Oren's room, who is going to take you to the upper levels in exchange of the box that you recover for Thessaly. Now, with Oren, Oren was not by themselves. They were with one friend of them, and this was Mildred, that then we found out that was related to Charlie somehow. And using the mask, that is, sorry?
To Wesley.
Wesley, yes. Yeah, Wesley, thank you. And then Orica, using the mask and disguised as Alkis, found out that Oren is infected with one of those parasites. In a good, really effective move, Tech casted Remove Curse, and they trigger some sort of cleansing process that liberated Oren from this parasite. When the party tried to move up, to go up to the upper decks, to this sort of place where the private theaters are placed, and where you've been told that the item that Charlie and Malagak are looking for might be located. Oren starts feeling a little bit rough. They run back to the room. Oric and Tech stays behind, and the party is split for the first time. And no, the second time this campaign, right? I'm loving it. And then people in the upper decks, which is Charlie, Malagak, and Wesley, start, looking around, and Malagak and Charlie start looking for this item that they are looking for, or where the location it is. While Wesley is really keen into having a private conversation with Mildred, and they manage to separate Mildred from their personal guards. They go out to the decks, and I don't know, they just decide to start attacking Mildred. Meanwhile, Orica and Tech try to go back to the upper levels to catch up with the friends. Charlie and Malagak start getting some leads where this item is. And then there is a point where the audience got to see plot point in action. So my players decided what was going to happen in the scene, and they decided that one lighting was going to destroy some of the ship and create a hole in the structure so they could get access easier to Wesley and help them. After some exchanges of punches, they managed to throw Mildred out of the board, and that's it. While Malagak and Charlie find out who is a caster who is using this powerful item, the far gear, to conjure an aberration. They start fighting the caster. That went a little bit rough for some of you, but I think you are all right. Okay, right? Everyone okay? And in the middle of the battle, this caster starts running away. However, Malagak quickly catches up, running on the walls and chopping windows. While who casted Polymorph? Was it Orica, right? Orica cast Polymorph on Wesley, and Wesley's goes all giant ape and catches up with Malagak and the caster. Now we are out in the storm, a couple of meters away from this creature. This creature at the moment seems like it's been fusing as well with the shape. So we knew that it was looking a little bit rough, but at this point, who knows what the actual state of this creature. And top of the round was Tech. And Tech used one of his spells just to find out that his damage has been changed from thunder to psychic. And that's what happened last time. Let's go back in. Tech. I think it was movement and action. Do you have any bonus action?
Not really. I think that's pretty much everything I can do. The one thing I was going to say, because I've got kind of special abilities when I deal lightning and thunder, does that mean I basically can't do them?
No, yes,
while
you
I'm
can
doing
do
it?
it, but the damage would be for the rest of the encounter psychic damage.
So it's like I cast it as it's lightning and thunder, do the stuff to it, and then it goes through some sort of conversion and becomes psychic.
Yes.
I'm fine with this. Okay. Just double checking, but I do not have any bonus actions really, so at least nothing that I want to do imminently. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Next one is Wesley, who is currently a giant ape, probably 40-30 feet away from this creature, with Charlie and Orica hanging on your back.
Yeah. So, the giant ape has a rock ranged weapon attack, which has a range of 50 feet. Given that giant apes are huge, and so, presumably able to throw pretty big rocks, can I claim that Malagak is a rock and throw him at this creature?
Malagak, are you...
Oh, he's
right?
willing.
Are you enlarged at the moment, right?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Yes.
Well, what we're saying is, are you up for a quick fling?
Yes. I am not a dwarf, you may toss me.
In that case, yeah. Wesley, in his giant ape form, will kind of gather up Malagak and do, sort of a baseball pitch down the length of the ship of a very large, very furry ball.
Let's do this!
Love it.
Would you like me to roll an attack for that?
Yes, please.
Malagak attack.
The best kind.
I think you're just like looking for a rock and you're just like...
That is 15 plus 9 for a total of 24 to hit.
Yes, that will hit. Tell me the damage.
The damage is 76 plus 6. Do I have anything on my sheet that does something that looks like that?
As I'm flying through the air, I just flex.
Let's go with that. And I'll knock off the last one. Cool. That is 36 points of damage.
36. That was amazing. Malagak, you've been used as a projectile.
It happens all the time.
Right? Any other Sunday, I mean, yes. Could you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
I can. Try. That's a 19.
Cool. So first of all, you hit this creature, and you're gonna take just half the damage. So you take 18 points of bouldering damage.
Acceptable.
And you are not prone. So I would say you are melee range with this creature, which would be Malagak, Tej, and then the rest of the group. Wesley, anything else?
I can't remember exactly how far away the creature got. Are they still within 60 feet of my storm sphere?
Yeah.
Cool. In that case, as a bonus action, a little bolt of lightning will weave its way up between the hole in the decks to strike this creature.
Absolutely.
See, that is 46. I'll just do that twice. That is 10 points of lightning damage, or at least I think it's lightning damage. See if it turns into anything.
Yes.
The true lightning sorcerer has been found.
Anything else you would like to move closer to the?
I'll continue running closer. Getting as close as I can with giant ape movement.
How much
bringing
movement?
anyone who wants to stay on my back. Movement is 40 feet.
Okay, so you are 10 feet away of the creature.
Cool. Fine with that.
Can I say, as a free action, as soon as they were up on the deck, Charlie would have let go, and so would not have moved.
Yes. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yes, you don't want to
Ali,
Yes.
So very, very, very quick. I realised I did have a bonus action because I forgot I had spiritual weapon up. All I can do is kind of move it 20 foot closer, but can we assume that my lightning rod is just slowly...
Let's say that next round, it's already in melee range. Good. All right, so that is action and movement. Thank you very much. Wesley, and now the creature who is in front of Wesley. No, sorry, Malachi. So this beautiful creature is going to bite you for...
It's a Malagak stack.
15.
That doesn't hit.
He's a little bit like still raw from the previous battle, but you can see that some part of its body is sort of starting to regenerate as some parts of the fleshy vessel is patching it up. Now, this creature previously had some limbs or some tentacles that were used to grapple you. But now those tentacles look like more of part of the vessel of the shape rather than him. So it so you have much more range. I'm going to roll a dice using my screen as reference. And then dice at 2, that is Malagak. Malagak, you're gonna be tentacled for no good. 10 to hit.
Oh, surprisingly dexterous.
Just tries to grab the fur. And
Unlike you, and I point at the creature.
Second tentacle goes to the back of the party for Orica. Orica, I'm going to tentacle you for 25.
Yes, that hits, DM.
So as its tentacle is flying out towards you, you see several small runes, like tattoos, detach off Malagak's arm, and they form a shield in front of Orica, which means he needs to re-roll that dice.
Re-roll.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just the attack.
Gives him disadvantage on it.
21.
Oh, I tried.
Still hits.
For 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And please make me a Constitution saving throw. What concentration check?
That was 15, which beats the 2. Well, beats 10. So still going.
Still great. And that's gonna be its turn. But as we finish its turn, you can see that from the decks or like from the planks or the surface, 3 creatures start like emerging kind of thing. They look like humanoid things, but with really aberrant features. Maybe some of them have more than 5 eyes, some of them have more than 2 jaws, some of them might have 4 or 6 arms, and they are randomly appearing around the deck. Nothing to worry about, right? And next one is Charlie.
Cool. So I'm still holding the orrery, and also I'm not. Where did my wildfire spirit is still flapping around as a sort of small swarm of bats. I can't remember exactly where it ended up.
She'll be somewhere around.
Is it somewhere around that it can? Is it within 30 feet of this creature to be able to get?
Probably we'll have to wait for the next round, so everybody's catching up.
Sure, that's fair. In that case, and so, how far am I from the creature? How far is Charlie?
So you move a little bit with Wesley, and then you drop. So I'm gonna say between 25, 30 feet from this creature.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so in that case, I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm going to cast, what's it called? Scorching Ray at 3rd level. Second level, that's what I've got left. Cool, so I get 3 rays, so that's So that one's a 24 to hit,
Hits.
a 19, and a dirty 20.
Yeah, the 3 hits.
All 3 hit. Cool. Right, so let's do it on here. It's easier. 1, 2, 6. And then I get a D8 because my welfare spirit is up. A D8.
All that damage.
So that becomes 22 points of fire damage.
22. Nice. Yeah, this creature is not happy. Just like pieces of it start like melting basically and falling apart. But you can see that when that is the process of regeneration of the vessel or the ship covering it up again is still happening.
And yeah, I don't have any other useful bonus actions, so that's me.
All right, thank you very much. You're gonna stay there, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Cool. Yeah. At the end of your turn, these creatures finally start spawning, and they're gonna go and try to attack you. Then again, I'm gonna use 3 dice. So I got a. So one is gonna go for Charlie. 2 are gonna go for Charlie, and 1 are gonna go for Tetch. So Charlie,
You said we didn't need to worry about them.
They're
You'll be
gonna
fine,
try
Jay,
to
you'll be
I will narrate that.
try to bite you.
Okay.
For a 6 first, and a natural 1 for the second. So don't worry about it.
Oh.
Tetch. The creature that is going to attack you rolls a 18 to hit
18's my AC.
for 8 points of piercing damage.
That takes my temp HP off. I believe I'm concentrating on Witch Bolt at the moment, so I will just make a concentration check.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an 18 plus change. 21.
That
I'm cool.
is perfect. Thank you very much. And they're gonna stay there close to Charlie and Ted. And then we move to Orica.
Okay,
Tell me.
I'm aboard Wesley right now, so I am going to stand up on his back, looking at the big creature. With my lute in hand, I'm just going to flip it so that the drum is visible. I'm going to start making a very vibraty kind of rhythm, and I'm going to cast Shatter on the creature in front. So if they could make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, it's 17.
That beats my 16. The damage was not great. Orica doesn't like it when it's raining, I think, so it's a bit off her game. It would be 9, so that's reduced by half to 4 points of thunder damage, I believe. Now, this is up to you, Ali. It also can damage non-magical objects. So I don't know if there's anything nearby that is non-magical. Maybe the deck of the ship. Would that take any damage from that? Like, is there any risk of this thing falling through? It wasn't a lot of damage, but
Let's come back to that question at the top of the round.
let's do that. That was my action. Bonus action right now, I'm just gonna hold. I like my position where I am. I can see everything that's going on. I'm not enjoying these new party members though that are coming up with all their eyes. So I'm just gonna hold fire for now.
Great, thank you. That was beautiful. At the end of your turn, my creature is going to use the legendary actions
No,
to
it's
bite Malagak.
Try.
Malagak snack.
Sorry, 10 to hit. Malagak, you're unkillable. You're just unkillable. And we're gonna finish Orica's turn, and then we move to Malagak.
You can't bite this fur. It's so fluffy. I like to think he makes purchase on it, and just as he bites, it just kind of pulls off really unsatisfyingly. with slobber. Oh, gross. So this creature, it's standing kind of on the deck, right? Does it look like it's standing its ground and preparing to, fight us off till the end, or does it look like it's taking steps back, preparing
It looks very cocky. Yes, very like, this is my domain. I'm gonna eat you.
Okay, so first things first for Malagak is he needs to get out of line of fire because he's just had scorching rays ricochet around him, and he knows what happens when he's in the line of fire. So he's going to rotate around the creature. So he's now facing his party members, and he's on the other side of the creature, hopefully shielding himself from whatever magic is about to come his way. But step one, I'm going to use my bonus action to just kind of flex off some of the damage that I took from impacting this creature rapidly. So that's my second wind. I feel like it's needed. I'm not sure how to roll for that, so I shall do that afterwards. And then I'm just gonna hit it. I'm literally just gonna hit it with my great axe a couple of times. Try and cut its legs off. Try and cut an arm off, maybe.
Yes.
That's a 15 on the first one, and a 27 on the second.
Hits.
So with my extra mighty arms, that will be 8 plus a d6 for my giant's might. That's 11 points of damage.
Nice. Anything else?
No. I'm just gonna try and move myself so this creature's fully in front of me. It's like as it's moving, I'm like, oh wait, no. Just trying to keep everyone out of line of sight.
Yes. Thank you very much. Great. Top of the round, as usual. G. Well, Charlie, you're gonna take some damage here as another lightning hits you for 15 points of light. Oh, maybe Alex, 37 shot, please.
Yeah. That's a 16.
Yeah, so you take 7 points of lightning damage. And this time, could you please make me a wisdom saving throw as well?
How is Charlie looking at this point?
I mean, not too bad. Let's see. That's 28.
20. Nice. So you feel, so you know that from the very beginning that the lightning was striking this thing and was sparking the energy, or distributing the energy into the caster, but now the energy is coming as well through the body of this creature. I know you have the impression that the caster is some sort of controlling the ship, right? And let's see how, that's interesting. Make me a Arcana check, please.
It's 15.
Yeah, you've heard about some sort of living ships that may have some sort of special abilities that we're gonna call spell jam kind of thing, and that whoever
would it be fair to say that in my employment, that's probably the reason that my boss wants this item?
Probably.
Okay.
So there is this connection with the creature, and the creature at this point is using either this item or another item as spell jamming help to sort of control the ship. Coming back to Orica's question, or this question about if something was hit with a shutter, the ship in itself has hit points. So yeah, there was some damage done to the vessel in itself. Thank you very much. Now, top of the round, Tetch. You have two creatures in front of you, and the creature. Where are you? You are behind Wesley, right?
I don't think so. Was I behind you? Or?
No.
I think.
Well, at this point, because Wesley moved, I think it would be behind the creature, Malagak, then the creature, then Wesley, then Tetch, then Charlie.
Sure. I mean, either way, I've got to use my Witch Bolt or I lose it, and I can't really afford to be, losing control of my spells. I haven't got so many spells that I can really afford that. So it's going to be an old faithful Witch Bolt. There's no save on this because I'm already concentrating it and everything. So I am going to deal my D12, wherever D12 is. It's only 3. And then did you say that my spiritual weapon is kind of close enough that I could start attacking things?
At this turn, yes, you can start attacking it.
The two things that have just appeared, they've not taken any damage whatsoever, have they? I'm going to use the spiritual weapon to take a swipe at one of the ones that attacked me.
Sure.
Which is... Can I see it? There you are. Ugh, that's only an 11.
That hits. That just hits.
All right. That's 6. The lowest amount of damage I could have done. Hey ho.
Every little helps.
It does. I'm not going to complain about that. So that's action, that's bonus. I'm going to stay where I am because I've got things
Yes.
all around me.
Yeah,
that's it.
thank you very much. At the end of your turn, this creature is going to use another legendary action to disappear. Next is... Yeah.
Does it turn invisible? Do we feel it move away, or is it just gone?
It's just invisible.
Okay.
Yeah, mechanically it's just invisible. It has still to use its movement to do shit.
Okay, yes.
But that means that I can no longer see it, and I can no longer Witch Bolt it.
Don't worry.
I think if you had... I think the rules on the Witch Bolt are a bit vague in that respect, because it's you have to see it when you cast it, but I don't know if you still have to maintain seeing it to connect it.
Yeah. I would roll that.
It says the spell also ends if the target is ever outside the spell's range or if it has total cover from you, which I know is woolly. I would probably personally go on the side of I can't see it, it's covered.
I would say just you can still you can still concentrate on your Witch Bolt. That's fine, don't worry.
I feel like Witch Bolt is like a constant stream of energy from you to it. If it goes behind cover, that's broken. But if it goes invisible, the energy's still arcing towards it.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'll do it. It rules in my favor. Does this technically therefore mean that it goes invisible? But it's like, well, it's where the lightning ends.
Yes.
At the end of the rainbow.
At the end of the rainbow.
A really crap pot of gold.
Surprise, it's a monster.
Hey. Wesley, so you've seen this creature disappear. But
do I have enough of a sense? Yeah, do I have enough of a sense of where it is to be able to hit it?
Yeah. It's going to be like a disadvantage, of course, but yes, you know that. Or slightly behind you, there is 2 creatures attacking Tetch. Just saying. But the creature is still there.
I think I'll keep going on the big one for now. Wesley will sort of do this enormous bound up, kind of halfway up one of the masts, cling on there for a little bit in a sort of King Kong-esque sort of pose, and then leap down towards where this creature is, bringing both fists kind of crashing down on what I think is the top of their head, though it's difficult to be sure. We'll go ahead and roll a couple of attacks at disadvantage. First one's a 14.
Misses, unfortunately.
Second one's a natural 1.
So as that second attack comes down, I'm like, no, it's right here. I'll give you advantage with my prophetic state.
Okay, if that cancels out to a flat roll, then that was a 28.
Hits.
Great. Thank you, Malaga. Cool, that will be 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice, very nice. You cannot see this creature, but the creature is... Yeah.
Orca, me next.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, I think the Storm Sphere will target the creature who Tetch is spiritual weaponing.
Yeah.
That'll be a 20 to hit,
That
non-natural,
hits.
for 14 points of lightning damage.
This creature is no more. Still one in melee range, but just in little pieces of tissue and organs.
But yeah, assuming I'm now kind of next to the creature, I will stay where I am.
Yes.
At that point, I think Orica will be like, oh my god, Wesley, you have to let me know if you're going to go and jaunt up one of the man. You have to let me know these things. I'm barely clinging on. For God's sake.
At this point, everyone is like sucked down, so it's just like the hair and everything is just like not looking good, but you're doing well, guys. All right, thank you very much, Wesley. Next is my creature's turn, who will regenerate for a given number of hit points. And then, still invisible, so it's gonna move. No opportunity attacks, which is good. But then, it's gonna go back to life. So where you were, it just sort of moved closer to one of the edges. So it's like 15 feet away from Malagag and Wesley. On the right. It doesn't matter, yeah. And it's going to, first of all, tentacle Wesley and then tentacle Malagag.
I wouldn't get opportunity attack because I've already used my reaction. Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where's my tentacles? Wesley. 22.
Yep, that absolutely hits. Do not have a high AC as a giant ape.
9 points of piercing damage.
Cool. Think I'll be okay.
And now, it doesn't have any restriction on size, so you grapple. And then Malagag. What's Johnny? Seriously.
Malagag will live!
I haven't rolled higher than 10 to hit Malagag. I want.
It's not prophetic state.
It's just flashing white eyes.
And it's not gonna bite anyone this turn. And then
good.
That is that moves us to Charlie. Charlie, tell me things.
So, do I think that this one that I'm holding is controlling this ship, or do I think it's another one somewhere on the ship?
It's another one on the creature.
On the creature, right? Okay. Just a moment, please. Can I see this object on the creature at all, or is it
a perception check?
Okay. Oh, that's a good roll. That is a 27.
Shit. You remember that the first time you encountered this creature before it transformed, they have like a neck piece or like a really thick. So imagine if you had like a very thick ring divided in three, and one of those sections was hanging from a necklace. And when it transformed, sort of, you lost sight of it because it was just either covered in some scales or some like meat that was like flapping around. But now that it's been hurt and some of those pieces have been sort of falling apart, you recognize that this creature is still wearing that sort of piece.
Cool. Yeah. In that case, and I'm in melee with one of the other things at the moment, aren't I?
Yes.
Range of it. Great. So my bat's fire spirit, wildfire spirit, is gonna come and surround me and teleport me out of there.
Yes.
And the things, whatever is within 5 feet, I think, needs to make a dex saving throw.
Oh, they are not really saving. It's really saving. They're really dexterous. 8.
8 does not save. Is that right? Yes. So that doesn't save. So that then comes. They all take 7 points of fire damage.
Yes.
And I'm teleported. We are teleported 15 feet towards the creature. I'm going to cast heat metal on the necklace.
I knew it was coming. Yeah. Yes.
Which there's not a throw for it, or a save for it.
I think they've got to say to try and drop it.
Must. Yeah. As to say a con save.
I don't think they will try to drop it. So they roll at 20.
Fair enough. That passes. I've rolled maximum on my damage. Oh, but wait, I get another one because of my Wildfire Spirit being up. Another max. Yes, 24 points of damage as this necklace kind of like glows white hot. And Charlie just points and yells, "We need to get that thing off it!"
Yes, that is looking pretty rough. Not gonna lie. Ali is not happy about that. Good. So everybody hears this instruction from Charlie, and it's pretty obvious because this metal piece is glowing white because it's really hot. Thank you, Charlie. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Thank you.
Cheers.
At the end of your turn, how close are you from this creature?
Well, I went from where I was, I teleported 15 feet. I probably wouldn't have moved any further, but I would have gone directly towards the creature. So,
okay,
you tell me.
So you're gonna have moved closer to the creature.
Yes.
So I could say at this point, everybody. So sorry, Wesley, Malagak, and Charlie are three of you are 15 feet away from this creature. Tech is the only one that is slightly behind, so probably 20 or 25 feet away. And Orica, is on top of the.
Sorry, can I say as well, just to while it's still holding the thing that is heated metal, which lasts for a minute, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
I know, I know. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Cool. It was rolling so well.
Next one is going to be the creatures. So, Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Could you please? I'm hitting you for 4.
Is that a 4 to hit or for 4 damage?
To hit.
Yeah, a 4's not going to hit me.
Great. And now the creature that was engaged with Charlie is going to move to you, and is going to bite you as well for 11.
11 to hit does not hit.
I
kind of want you to hit me because I've got stuff I can react with. But...
At the end of that creature's turn, my creature is gonna use a tentacle to try to hit Charlie, but that's disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
9 to hit.
Does not hit.
So this creature is like looking really rough. Orica. Place.
Hi. Yes. So is the creature that was invisible now visible?
Yes.
Got you. Okay. And I've seen that fire is working against it. It's not seeming to be resistant to fire. Okay.
Seems to be working really well.
So I'm with Wesley atop the mast, which I didn't want to go onto, but here we are.
I had jumped back down.
Oh.
So you're not that far off. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Gravity and I are not friends. It's fine. How far away are we from the creature? We're literally right next to it.
Wesley is 15 feet away, and you will maybe slightly up, so 20 feet max.
Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rummage in my bag, and I'm going to pull out what looks to be like a water skin. But the material of the water skin isn't what you'd normally expect. It's quite papery. This is an oil flask, and I'm going to try and throw that at the creature. that is going to be me throwing it. So let's see. That's a dex. No, it goes somewhere. Maybe not on the creature for a 5 to hit.
Yeah, it misses. But it's on the creature, on the ship.
Yeah, got you. We'll put it near the creature. So Charlie, I guess you see an oil flask kind of just bobble on the floor next to it. That was my action. Bonus action. People don't really seem to be needing to move anywhere right this second.
I don't think so.
I think for now what I will do is say, Malagak, dear, you're doing fabulously. Remember the projection we talked about? I've given you some lubricant, which you could use as well. That's your choice. Do whatever you wish, and there's a bardic inspiration coming your way.
Lubricant.
Lubricant. Yes, that's 1d8 for you.
Okay.
And that is going to end my turn.
Thank you. At the end of your turn, the creature is just, desperate and not really well behaving. Just gonna try to tentacle somebody else. So from the people that is closer, the 3 closer is gonna be at D6. And you're gonna use my number 1, Malagak. At disadvantage. Can I roll 2 natural 20s, please? No. 12 to hit.
Oh.
Yes, thank you. Malagak, it's your turn. You are not grappled, you're 15 feet away from this creature.
Okay, so I would like to run up to the creature. Well, first of all, I would like to scoop up the lubricant.
No.
You know where this is
Scoop,
going.
don't grab, Malagak. You have to scoop it, not grab it, otherwise it can go everywhere.
I don't want that.
No.
Okay, so I would like to use my first attack to do a shove attack against the creature, trying to knock it prone on the ship. Hopefully. So it needs to do a count. I imagine it's not going to use Dex because I think it's still... Is it still cursed or does it still have disadvantage on
Yeah, I'm
Dex?
going to use strength anyways, and it's to disadvantage anyways, right?
Yeah. I just realized as well, he shouldn't have actually been able to move willingly because he's still got my fire chains on him. So he's still technically restrained. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change too much, I think, but it hasn't been doing too well. Okay, so great. I'll make an athletics check against it. So that's a 20.
I got 12.
Okay, so I like to use my first attack, so I just walk up, right, sit down, and I just push it down onto the deck. And then my second attack would be to lubricate the creature. So I just kind of tear open this thing and just, how do I open it, Orica?
Oh, you just have to gently rip it and then just apply liberally.
Okay, so I'm massive hands to just tear off the top part of it, and then I'd pour the oil onto the fire, the flaming thing, and just lubricate the creature, trying to do what Orica was doing, but I don't know
the
what.
creature. Don't put it on yourself, Malagak. That's a bad idea. Don't do that.
So
I just pour this oil over. I mean, I'm aiming for like the neck area. I guess I'm thinking where I could help pull it off, but it's also super heated right now, right?
This is a fun conversation.
Got to lubricate this monster so that you can pull it off.
Yeah. I didn't think about that one. Anyway, yeah.
It's your hand that pulls you off.
TikTok's going to be so cross.
I mean, as you start pouring the lubricant on top of this creature, it lights in fire. So as far as I know, it takes 5 fire damage per round per minute.
It's Orica's weapon, so I think Orica's.
I have another one. We can make it stack. Just say.
I'm not sure we need to, Orica.
I just have so much lubricant in my bag. I don't know where it's coming from.
It's gonna be 2 rounds. Yeah. So thank you. That's good. And this creature is falling apart. Anything else?
As my bonus action, I would just like to Can I just make an unarmed punch to try and like punch it down into the ground? It's I'm not proficient though, so this would just be a standards +5, not my. So it'd be -3 on whatever this is.
It's on the ground, so it's with advantage.
Oh yeah. It's a 20. I won again because it's a natural 20, but it's a 22.
Hits.
Okay. So that will be. Actually, it's a lot more damage than I realized because I've still got my giant smite up. So it's 6 points of damage plus 1d6, which will be 10 points of damage. So I just kind of like punch it down.
Close, but not that close. Anything else, Malekak?
No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Orica.
You ever need any more lubricant, Malagat, you let me know.
I made fire. I'm basically a wizard now.
Exactly. You should branch out.
Top of the round. We know what's going to happen, Charlie.
Yep.
Pass it quick.
Could you please make me a dex save, please?
That's not a good one. That's 8.
Oh, you take 16 points of thunder damage.
Mm-hmm.
And we move to Tetch.
Cool. Exciting round. I'm going to automatically deal d12 worth of damage to the creature with my Witch Bolt.
Would you please roll a 1?
I rolled a 9. Sorry.
Please describe me how would you finish a creature that has been pesting you for 2 sessions with a spell that don't do lighting but psychic damage?
I probably stand there. I've got my kind of the lightning is arcing out and kind of dissipating into this kind of miasmic of like wave energy that's going into its head, and as it does so, I just kind of I say, "Do you want to know what happened to the last creature that disappointed me? The answer may shock you." That is how I psychically lightning damage it.
You make me some psychic damage. Thank you very much. So, as this creature, what you're expecting is some sort of like lighting effect and this to explode, but instead this creature sort of this psychic damage plus the fire and everything that is, it just sort of start like drying up, like if hundreds of years would happen in 1 second. So it just it dries up and it starts flying into ashes to the wind. And you see this, some of passes parts of its clothes, mainly rings and some other jewelry, fall to the ground, but mainly this sort of necklace falls to the ground. It's humanoid size, anyone can wear it. And we are out of combat.
Oh my god, that was intense, everyone.
Quick, who can see off the ship?
I could see off it.
Are we still in the eye of the storm, people?
At this point, could everybody please make me a dexterity saving throw?
Off.
Backflip.
10.
Dirty 20.
14?
20.
3.
Yay!
So lower than 10 and lower. As this creature dissipates and the control of the ship goes like to no one, it starts like it's out of control. So it starts like moving a little bit erratic, and at some point you even feel that it's trying like to sink, like if it were like a dolphin or like a mammal trying to sort of jump and get some deep into the water, but it doesn't know how to behave. It's like a newborn, let's say, without the control of its master. It actually starts accelerating, so those 10 and lower, you are prone. What you the others sort of try to keep your ground on your feet. And please tell me.
Can I grab the necklace quickly?
It's hot.
It's fine.
I've stopped concentrating on the heat metal, but I don't know how quickly it cools down. So
It is raining.
Yeah. No damage. It was just fun. Like
Okay.
Hopefully nobody.
It's actually okay.
Hopefully nobody noticed as Tetch started kind of saying and like speaking, and then just face planted.
I saw you.
Is everything all right, Tetch? You fell over, dear.
I lost my sea legs.
Quite.
Someone
Is there
needs
also-
to wear this. Anyone want a bit of jewelry, bit of bling?
I mean, I'll never say no to bling, but I don't really know what to do with it.
What exactly does that do? Charlie, you seemed to be fairly.
I think it controls the ship.
Mm-hmm.
While we're talking, my wildfire spirit would have kind of just flown. The bats have sort of flown around me, and I cast a bit of Cure Wounds on myself. So yeah, that happens while we're chatting away.
something that you notice as well, Charlie, is that this conversation doesn't go long, but no lighting has struck you again.
Cool. Good to know. Thank you.
If nobody else is going to take control of the vessel, then I would do so. But I warn you, our next course may get a bit rocky.
Isn't that the point?
Indeed. I'll put the necklace on if we think that that's going to control the ship.
So you put on this necklace, and you feel this weird connection with the ship. Mm-hmm. And this ship is a aberration, which someone will call, I don't know, aesthetic, I think that's the pronunciation. And it's weird because the connection is both ways. Mm-hmm. Do you speak deep speech, I would say, or yeah?
Not deep speech, no. I know primordial, but
yeah, deep speech.
Probably deep. Yeah, probably deep speech.
Speak it out loud. I can translate for you. Just don't ask me how.
Yeah, there is you don't understand what's happening, but this creature is happy and not happy at the same time, because it's like, okay, now I have a master, but it's not of my liking, but it's fine. It's gonna take you a while for you to attune fully to control this ship. But also you feel the presence of three creatures around, or like you're aware of the three creatures in between this connection. Everybody else, you just see Tetch sort of zone out, still there hanging on, but it's a little bit not himself.
Mm-hmm. Tetch, is everything all right?
No
Can Tetch respond? Okay.
Can I?
Yeah. No response.
I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I think Tetch is possessed. Has the ship moved, DM?
Not yet, but it stops the erratic movement.
I think it's working. I think something's working.
Well, it's better than it was a minute ago.
Very true. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my lute out and begin singing a song to the ship in hope that it soothes it and calms it down.
Okay. What's going on with Polymorph?
Polymorph lasts an hour, I believe. So unless I get an indication from the ape, I'm going to keep Polymorph as is. Joe, do you, or would Wesley want to stop being
Wesley's not giving you any indication at the moment. I think is keen to chill as an ape until he sees exactly how the next scenario is playing out.
So given the size difference, I would say that you know that we are about 10 miles away from Candlestick. So very close. And probably 2 miles away from this rock formation that Ted sort of mentioned.
With my kind of viewpoint at the moment, can I judge like the area? Am I getting a kind of third person view of the ship and like the surrounding area?
Yes.
Am I able to start trying to command the creature to start veering towards the this rock formation?
Tell me how you want to try to do that.
Through sheer bloody mindedness, to be quite honest.
But do you think is this like an animal handling, like a intimidation, a persuasion?
Not worse at animal handling. I think realistically, that probably is more of it. I'm seeing it more as a kind of steed that I need to break to my will, kind of thing. Not that I think Tetch has probably ever ridden a horse, but the other thing is, if I could, I've got this this ace up my sleeve, the control water. So because it's got a kind of range of 300 feet, as soon as we come close enough to this mass, I will create a whirlpool to try and, like, if I feel it needs an extra bit of kind of just coercing and maybe a little bit extra speed, I'll kind of try and get it in the curve and just slam it into this rock.
Absolutely.
There is also a song going on the deck. If this would help distract the creature or aid Tetch in whatever Tetch is doing. The song is about a group of people who've never met before, one of whom certainly is lying, but we're not going to say who that person is. They're a bit of a monkey. There's someone very, very strong who projects very well, someone who is remarkable with fire. Bit standoffish in the first instance, but we like them now. And someone called Netch, who is very wise. A bit grumpy, but we like them anyway. It's about overcoming obstacles for friendship, and I'm hoping to distract the ship, or soothe it, or just do something.
Okay, so so give me a performance check, Orica.
22.
Right. So as you start, is that singing and music, right?
Singing with my lute, yep.
So you have the impression that music tame beasts, and regardless the language or everything, rhythm and art sort of conveys into the minds of the creatures. And you feel like this creature is responding to this. And you can also say that the storm and the creature were quite connected, because now the storm is calming as well. So you can see how the eye of the storm stop in an eye and just start like dissipating, like the clouds start like being normal rather than going in circles. Lighting still happening from time to time in the clouds, but not anymore like any sign of storm. Tetch.
Mm-hmm.
In this sort of mental space that you and the ship share, you make me a perception check.
Perception, I will.
Yes.
That is a 27.
It's not, you don't know where it comes from, but you know that there is, that this music is happening. So it's a little bit weird because you feel yourself out of your body, but at the same time, you're still conscious and aware. And you quickly realize that there is those three presents that I've mentioned, and one of those presents manifest in front of you. And you and Wesley have seen this figure before during this sort of revelation where the octopus was fighting Talos and Alaret. And this sort of avatar is identical to Talos, but in different skin color. I mean, if this would be a video game, would be in the bad guys color scheme. and he addresses you. That it's an honor finally meeting you.
Well, indeed, I have served you in your name, my lord.
You represent the storm really well. You put the storm in a high place, and you and your friends have achieved big things tonight.
I seek only to do your bidding and spread the word of Talos.
I'm happy to hear that, because what is my will is for this ship to get into Candleskip.
Really?
Yes.
You are aware that there is a wereshark on board?
And I know that you took care of it, but there is bigger things happening, and that's why we need this ship to get into Candleskip. And you can make me an insight check if you want.
I will do. Don't know why I rolled physically instead that time, but that was a dirty 20.
You know this is not Talos.
I see.
And this is it's trying to deceive you, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do I get an inkling of who it is? Like, is it a kind of, is it the ship trying to deceive me? Is it something else?
Since you change this sort of damage in your spells, you feel the same connection that you had with Talos with another entity. And this other entity is the one that you're connecting right now. So probably this thing is a demigod, or it's probably like something, if not at the level of Talos, it's a good match for Talos.
Mm-hmm. I'd say, well, of course, I will be following the will of Talos as to my uttermost ability.
Make me a deception check.
I mean, it's technically not deception because I will be following the will of Talos. Because this is not Talos that is telling me to do it. But I will make deception. And that went as well as I thought it would. 5.
Both got 5. There is this Mexican standout, like, we're gonna...
Both as dumb as each other.
Just like, and disappears outside. The song's still going on, and you have the impression, Orica, that as long as it keeps going, everything is sort of like under control. So please don't stop that. I mean, feel free to do whatever, but it's helping whatever is going on. Remember that downstairs there was some survivors and 3 key figures: Teseli, Alkis, and another pink tiefling, and Oren. And the pink tiefling that have some familiar features with Oren. They might be related, who knows? Is in that moment where Teseli and Alkis come up and they say, "Is everybody okay? What's going on? What's happening?"
We're not dead. This thing is, though.
What happened here?
We lubricated it to death.
Yeah, we did.
Teseli looks at Alkis and says, like, "Yeah, we've been there. And Alkis walks close to you, and behind them there is Oren and this other pink tiefling, and there is also a steel defender that looks like just a normal dog, but it's like a Doberman kind of thing, like really stylish kind of thing, and not menacing, but just with a big presence. And Oren goes to Orica and says, "Are you okay? What's happening? You don't look really well."
I'm singing a song, Oren, and you're distracting me, Oren, but please feel free to join in, Oren. The song will take a bit of a minor key, talking about this person called Oren who always interrupts other performers when they sing.
So Oren is gonna join with a dirty 20, and
Just gonna see what
Oren
Orica
doesn't
gets.
understand what's going on, but feel free to do other actions while Oren is taming this creature.
Given that Orica's just rolled a 13, Orica will have just a bit of a sore throat. Oren, you continue. We'll turn to Sally because she's got the mask on. And she's going to remove the mask.
Which one? The one with the feathers or the one
Both. It's going to be very emphatic for both reveals. It's like the wig under the wig, the dress under the dress.
I mean, presumably while Lorica's kind of still got the mask on, can just scan and make sure that nobody's got any brain grabs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No one here has a parasite.
Tiseli, I believe this is yours, and I will flourish the mask in front of him.
Oh, thank you very much. And looks at Oren, just give Oren a look.
Don't look at Torin. Don't look at Torin. It's me. Look at me. Yes, Tetch is, I believe, trying to arrange something with whatever is controlling the ship. I was trying to soothe it, then Oren barged in, and they are doing that now for me, which is great. What is happening? What's going? What you must know more about this. We just.
Yes, we weren't expecting this to come to this, but yeah, we don't have much time. I will try to summarize everything really quickly. Actually, I will introduce you someone that knows more about this. Allow me to introduce you Seraphine. Seraphine is a friend of my master, and she knows what's going on. So this pink tiefling, it looks very much like Oren, but slightly older and with more silver of clothing. Yeah, my name is Seraphine, and I'm an artificer. Yes, I'm friend with Teseli's master. And long time ago, a group of friends just like you, we found ourselves in a adventure, hunting for materials and new forms of, let's say, arcane batteries. And we faced a terrible monster, let's say. But we found a way to use the essence of this creature to create living things, or to give a sort of spark of life. And we divided the soul of this creature, one that we after call the lonely one, and we split its soul in 3 parts. We created 3 different mechanical living things, let's say. This is one, and she points to the Steel Defender. And the Steel Defender has like a core that is glowing in different kind of shades of light, but it's like rainbow light, but it just really slowly goes from the red to the orange to the yellow and so on. There is other 2 creatures out there, one that you can define as an autonom and one that you can identify as a warforge, if that some sort of says anything. But this creature was not alone. This creature had a sibling. And the sibling is not as, I'm not going to say peaceful, but the sibling is a little bit consumed by anger. While the lonely one accepted the destiny to be trapped in this plane and apart from their planes where aberrations come from, some will call it the far realm. Have anybody heard about the far realm?
Only that it must be far away.
I would say those arcane casters. Yeah, the arcane casters might know. Even Tetch, but Tetch is so now like these different parts of the multi-universe, and we have the elemental planes, we have the Shadowfell, we have the Feywild, and we also have this far realm where aberrations came from. And the very first time that aberrations came to this plane, psionic abilities start happening, etc., etc., etc. But the heroes of those time closed that connection and avoided the ending of this plane. And Seraphine sort of makes a pause in case somebody wants to make a question.
I understand that you might know what's going on, but it's a little pressing right now because from what I gathered, there's some rocks over there that we're heading towards. So if there's anything that you could do to help us, that would be more beneficial. I don't mean to be rude, but it is quite important.
Can we send it back to that realm? Can we is there a way to send this back?
Not to my knowledge, but that collar can control it. So we can probably use it to sink it into the ocean. That would be okay.
But will it die? I mean, it's a big ship made out of flesh. Can it breathe underwater? Does it have fins?
Probably will survive, but at least we'll stay there till we...
Will it? It's got tentacles that grow out of its ship. It could, paddle itself towards shore. It might take a while with a lot of little tiny little tentacles. But, tentacles, No.
That was amazing.
As long as we control the necklace, we can keep it there.
So someone needs to stay with the ship underwater.
Yes.
Can anyone here breathe underwater? Tetch is
currently we all can.
Wave his hand around his arm, paw, and then gesture at all of you.
Oh no, I mean if we're keeping this ship. Well, this ship is very bad. We don't want this ever to get onto shore because then it would, could attack people, infect people. So we need someone to stay with the ship forever.
I've got an idea.
You give me the orrery. We'll separate the two. Good idea. I like it, Charlie.
Well, hold on a second, but kind of, yeah.
Oh.
This thing and that thing are kind of the same thing. They're two versions of the same thing, I think. And my boss wanted this one, but I know that you want this one. And my boss is one of the few people I can think of that might actually be able to deal with this thing. So instead of sinking it, maybe I take it back.
You sell the ship to your boss.
Then nobody has to be living under the ocean for the rest of all time.
The other option is that there is a shark person who's very capable of breathing underwater. Do they have to know what's going on? Could they wear the necklace and do it for us so that they can remain down beneath the waves as well?
Is there a way for us to get Tetch back involved? I feel like he's really wise and would know very much about this. Tetch!
We go back to Tetch. Tetch. This present, this avatar has disappeared. And you notice the change in voice from Orica to Oren's. So you're still sort of aware that something is happening outside. Tell me what you want to do.
I am steering the ship on a crash collision course towards this island. If I see any sharp rocks, I'm going to try and steer it over them because I want it to spill its guts. And as we get closer, I'm not holding because that would waste the spell slot, but I'm waiting until an opportune moment where, my friends will probably just see my arm come up as I cast the control water spell. Pretty single-minded at the moment. Although, how much do I know about spell jamming ships and this sort of thing? Would you? Is there a roll I can do?
Arcana, I would say, or history, if you want.
I want history mildly more. I'll have that. It's a 6. 6. Yeah.
As much as you know about horses.
Good. Okay, so I don't really know anything. Yeah, because me, I have. Excuse me, Kat. I'm trying to talk. Me, I have a kind of feeling that I would be able to like command it to. If there's things on board that I don't want to be on board, I can have it digest them. Right, nope, we're not doing that. But Tetch wouldn't get that inkling, I don't think. So I'm just going to have to accept that there's probably going to be a shark swimming around, but at least it's not in the hands of the people that want to exploit it. Just let me know when I'm kind of close enough that a whirlpool would be useful.
Okay. So you want to stay in this space?
I'm following what I believe to be Talos's will, which is splatter this creature's brains on an island.
Great. Thank you. We move out. People, you notice that the ship start moving towards the rocky formation that is before Candleskip. And here is where somebody from the survivors starts screaming, and you realize that somehow you need to save these people. I mean, let me correct that. You realize that some of these people need saving.
Tetch, please stop doing that. I know you want to splatter the creature's brains, but we have a better idea. Tetch, can you hear me? Give me a sign. You can't hear me.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Can I try and take the necklace off?
Yeah, you can try. As you remove the necklace, Tetch, you sort of feel this sucking of your soul into your body, and you lose connection with the creature. And the creature starts, it deaccelerates, but it's still moving on. Probably.
What are you doing? We don't have time.
We do.
I will hand up as a sort of swap thing.
Yeah?
We'll swap.
So I have the orrery now.
Yeah. And Charlie's just going to put it on.
Okay.
That was mine.
So, Charlie, you are in this space, but let's stay outside for a minute. People, what is the plan? So I guess Charlie is going to take it somewhere where it is.
Right, so Tetch, rather than crashing and dashing this creature's head against a rock and drowning all the people on board, of which there are still innocent people.
What about the lifeboats?
Well, I think most of those got consumed.
Oh.
So we may be
you all had that in hand.
Well,
I think one of the lifeboats is a gyrating tentacle right now.
Not the best use.
Wiggling.
So if we can get Charlie to move us closer to shore, away from any settlement, we can drop off these people, and his boss that wants
their boss.
Their boss wants this object, but it may also know how to destroy this creature without any loss of life, or leaving it at the bottom of the ocean to reside there forever.
The difficulty is, while I was in the ship's mind space, one would say, I was contacted by a creature that was very intent on us getting to shore, and I don't believe that us going to shore is a good idea. I think this creature needs to die by any means, here and now. And I'm afraid we'll come to blows about this if it comes to it, my dear friend.
Oh, of course. Blows. I like blows, but not with... Yeah, I wouldn't want to hurt each other. But we can stay in the deep waters then, and perhaps we can fashion something to make a boat for these people to... maybe we could use that gyrating tentacle as an engine or something. I don't know. You're an artificer, right? You can help us create something. And I look over towards, I can't remember their name.
Yeah, Seraphina,
yeah.
Yeah, not that kind of artificer, but surely we can do something.
Yeah, we could do something to give these people a chance at surviving, rather than just crashing a ship and hoping for the best.
Has the ship changed course now that Charlie is steering?
I don't know, but Wesley, being a giant ape, you can see most of the ship. I mean, it's really long and really big, so you can probably see up to the end. And the ship in itself is behaving weird. The surface is bubbling, like the same way as the three creatures appear in front of Charlie and Tetch. There is further figures forming out in the same sort of style, with more limbs than usual, more eyes than usual. But it takes a while to appear. And with that, we're gonna go to our break.
Awesome.
So we'll see you soon to see how our friends try to save themselves and the people in this, or just fire. I want to see how they sing my unthinkable. We'll see you in soon. See you.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. On the Sword Coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey, heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wallet there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
And we are back. We finished our short rest and finished our consumables. Let's find out how we sink this unsinkable ship. First part, you delightfully. I'm a little bit frustrated about my rolls, but that's fine. But you managed to defeat my creature and get the item that is somehow controlling this ship. Tetch has had some sort of revelation of what's going on with another divine entities, and Charlie got a nice idea of what to do with the ship. There was a little bit of lore drop here and there, and now, before we went to the break, Wesley. So, in the order of dozens, maybe hundreds of small creatures appeared all over the ship. What is going to happen? Who knows? And we go back with our heroes.
Yeah, I think on seeing this, Wesley will gently tap Orica on the shoulder, probably put her back on top just to get a slightly better view and gesture down at these creatures.
Oh my god, Wesley, why did you say something? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if we go to the north of the ship, I don't know ship words. The prow, you will see before you at least 50 of those horrid little creatures spawning. If you were to cast your eyes to the south of the ship, the not prow, you will see an additional 50 odd creatures spawning. We need to do something pronto.
I think it's a bit more than. I think that's a bit more than my axe can take care of, if I'm honest.
I will just take this juncture to point out that this didn't happen when I was at the helm of the ship. So carry on as we want.
Or maybe it was. No, I know. No, I think I want to get the ship to Wesley, to Charlie's boss, but maybe it's not going to make it that far.
I think it's important to get whoever is surviving and not infected, to get them into one place as calmly as possible, so we can direct them as to where to go.
Yes, someone do that. We'll make a vessel for them to sit in somehow, and then we crash it. Charlie, change of plans again.
We go back with Charlie. Charlie, you cannot hear anything but the song of Oren. At this point, Charlie, you are also aware of these other three presence in this space. One of them will manifest in front of you. And this one, you didn't see this. This was only Wesley and Tetch. It looks like a red octopus, like a mini version of the vessel of the ship, and it doesn't really have like something that you could call a face, but along all the tentacles and where the head would be, there's a lot of eyes here and there, and they open and closes in like not at the same time, but just each one of them have a different rhythm and seems to be floating. So sometimes it looks to be really close to you and is probably 3 feet long, but sometimes it looks to be all around yourself, being kilometric in size. And you hear this voice in your head saying, please, let me transform this world. Just let me come through. Everything will be okay.
Yeah, that's not really my plan.
Well, let's compromise here. What's your plan?
My plan is to take you back to my boss, and if I'm honest, I think he'll probably take you to bits.
Oh, it's a little bit cocky assumption, don't you think?
I mean, my boss is very powerful.
Oh, is he? I see. Well, they. Well, let me put this simple. I'm coming through anyways. So you can just do this like remove a band-aid, or it will just take longer. for me to come through.
Can I roll an insight on that?
Yeah.
18.
You notice that this creature is overconfident. It's overconfident, but certainly right now it's a little bit, I would say, nervous. If aberrations could be nervous, like all this trouble is gonna put me back in a couple of decades, who knows, on my plan, but I'm gonna make it.
Well, I'm patient, so I guess I'll see you when you take the long way around.
And you notice how this creature is behavior, like moving around, it gets a bit frenetic, like you just hear like a screech coming from somewhere, just like frustrations coming out. And they say, you will hear from the silent agony. I will make sure you don't die quickly. And it disappears. And yeah, what you gonna do?
So I've got this sort of bird's eye view of the ship. Am I aware of these little things all appearing
that's
on
interesting.
it?
Yes, roll me a D100.
Okay. 63.
63, yeah. Although you have most of the control over this ship in terms of direction, velocity, probably, the other three presents in here are controlling some other features of the ship.
Do I have any sense?
You know that these creatures are spawning.
Right, yeah. I'd like to try and wrestle control of the other aspects of the ship from the other entities.
Good. Make me this is a charisma check, I would say.
Okay.
Well, charisma check. Charisma. Yeah, make a charisma check.
Okay.
The two wisdom-based characters had to do all the charisma rolls.
It's not great. That's 11.
11. You try to push further your will into this creature, and the creature, first of all, don't understand what you're trying to do, because this creature is designed for this. So why are you trying to stop me of being myself, kind of thing, and pushes you back. Outside, you are aware that the ship is like, it was going in a straight line, and then it moves away, change direction, which probably you could assume that is Charlie's destination. But then at some point, it's sort of like when you are on your car and it stops suddenly, and then you start it up again. So something like that, but for ships, if that makes sense. Outside, what are you gonna do?
Okay, Wesley, I know you can't talk to me right now because you're a giant ape. You and me, let's go round up all the survivors. I think we're the fastest people on this vessel, and also strongest, so we can carry those. I've got 1, 2, and then over my shoulder, I can carry a few. We'll bring the survivors back here, which will leave Tetch and Orica to work with Seraphine to figure out some kind of escape for them. And then we'll get the necklace back onto you, Tetch, and then you do your mind thing and crash, bam, everyone dies but us.
I would say there is in the order of 150 passengers.
Well, that's not my problem. That's our Tetch's.
Yes.
Yeah, Wesley will very gently and carefully lift Orca back off his shoulders and then leap down through the hole in the center of the ship and see who I can find.
I'm afraid I'm not
terrifying
going.
at all.
I'm afraid I'm not going to be a terrible amount of. Sorry.
Yeah, everything looks fleshy, not really a mean to escape, but people is getting nervous, and I think at this point, yeah, there is many people still in the not outside, but people is slowly moving outside.
Orica, my dear, I'm afraid I don't know what help I'm going to be. I've very much tapped out in terms of my magical resources, and conjuring water vehicles is not my speciality.
Is there anything in the hold? This thing was carrying loads of different items downstairs and loads of different storehouses. Maybe there's something in there. An inflatable boat, so I don't know. Something. Does anyone have the manifest?
Could harness a shark to drag things along.
Or sea turtles?
Here, put me back.
So, you three, do any of you know anything that might be stored downstairs? I know the gold bringer people were taking some pretty awesome stuff, but there could be something in there, maybe?
So the three of them look at each other, and Teseli says, not to my knowledge, these ships to be unsinkable, so there is no need for that kind of things. But
of the folly of man.
But
Tetch. I know that you're very keen on being able to control the elements, water being one of them. Do you have enough range to maroon this ship on the seabed?
My plan had been to shipwreck it on the island. Obviously, the impact is not going to be entirely. Let's see.
I'm just wondering if there's a way of getting the people off without being near a shore.
Well, if we're crashing onto rocks, we're going to be near a shore. It's all fleshy and soft, right? So let's get everyone to the back of the ship, and then we'll make sure there's a nice big wall full of fleshy softness for us to hit into. It'll be like a giant cushion.
I had been saving the spell for such an occasion as to try and shipwreck this creature. However, if we did get to within about 300 meters of the 100 feet of the shore, I could part the water and keep it held apart so that everyone could simply walk across. However, I feel that even 100 feet away from the shore is much closer than we really wish.
It's at this moment where I should ask Charlie. We have let's imagine a map.
Mm-hmm.
We're going from south of the continent. So the continent is on the right, the sea is on the left. You were going from the south of the continent, moving north to Candlescape.
Mm-hmm.
And this sort of rocky formation is before Candlescape. Where do you envision, are you taking the ship now towards your boss? Is that further north? Is that west? Is that south again? Or probably is that...
I think what I'm... my ultimate goal is to take it back to my boss, but I want somewhere that I can drop people off.
Okay. So you're still getting closer to the shore?
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. Great. But also that's the moment where you hear somebody screaming because they are being attacked by these creatures. Please.
I think when can I sort of come back to normality without losing control of the ship and everything? Yeah. So then, I would, hearing the scream, I would kind of snap back and go and look around for whoever screamed. Are they on the deck?
Yeah, they are upstairs. Probably at this point, there is 20, 30 people and you, except for Wesley, who is in the hall. And there is a sea of these creatures coming to you. And I would say, roll for initiative. No, I'm joking.
And if we're just kind of taking pot shots out of initiative, I would be using Sacred Flame.
It's not initiative.
No, but out of initiative, if we're just kind of saying what we're doing, I would be doing that.
So 12 people, believing that they can survive, they will jump out of the ship and try to make it to the shore. And 3-4 creatures jump after them. Tseli, Alkis, they are like, oh, holy shit, this is not going the way we wanted. And they will try to contain these creatures, but it's not been really effective. While Seraphine is going to start like casting something. It's gonna take a while, but chase into something. And the Steel Defender is helping Sally and Alkis to hold the line of these creatures.
Do we have a plan for getting these people off the ship yet?
There's very little that I can do, I'm afraid.
The ship is made of flashy softness. Let's just crash the ship into the island, as Tetch said. Dash its brains out, see what happens, and hopefully everyone will survive. We can't do anything. They're going to keep dying if we keep tarrying. So either we slow down and they die anyway, or we just go for it.
I mean, if we crash the ship into the land, then all of these things are then on the land.
Well, it's an island, isn't it? Not mainland. The island.
But it's really
we can.
Oh, right. Is it an island? I thought it was like rocks on the mainland. Or like on the shore of the mainland.
It's a couple of rocky formations before Candleskip.
Got you.
It's not an island, it's just...
Okay, right. I see what you mean. Yeah.
I will defer to Charlie, Wesley, Orica, Malagak, Tseli. You 5 are harbingers, so I will defer to your authority on this. I'm but a simple messenger of Talos, so whatever I can do to aid you, I will do.
Is there a PA system? Orica, could you shout your voice to get everyone to prepare for impact?
Can I shout my voice? Of course I can, my dear.
And
I think you're pretty good at it as well.
project
I can project, yes. I don't have thaumaturgy, but I will shout out.
I do.
Well, Tetch, please feel free to intervene.
No, if you've got something to do, my dear, please do.
Well, I'd like a bit of backup, something to amplify would be great.
What am I saying? Unfortunately, I can only amplify my own voice.
Please brace. There's going to be some slight disturbance. Hold on to your nearest tentacle. I repeat, hold on to your nearest tentacle. And brace for impact in 5, 4, 3, 2.
So we are crushing it.
Hopefully.
But so
if
this is going to
close-
happen. So as the announce has been done, I would say, Tetch, this is the moment if you want to control water in some way.
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting just to see if we needed it, but I'm just going to go and do it. Yeah, I'm creating a 100-foot wide whirlpool to help give the ship a little bit extra kind of push. So hopefully, if it kind of maybe happens just in front of it, and just kind of want to try and use the spin to slam it into the island.
So you
that's so
going front, you want it sideways.
I'm thinking, yeah, maybe take it on the temple might be a bit rather than the forehead.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
And as Orica is making the announcement, Charlie would sort of zone back into concentrating on guiding the ship.
Yeah.
Could I hold on to Charlie? I squat down and hold on to Charlie, so if when the impact happens, I can hold them, so they don't get ejected into.
I will also hold on to Oren. It's more me panicking and holding on to Oren for dear life, not so much me saving them. It's that's what that is.
Good.
If Wesley, as and when Wesley gets back up on deck, he will throw his ape-like form into this wall of creatures just to try and buy enough time for the ship to crash.
Yeah, they start climbing on top of you and biting you, but that's not a big
I
deal.
have a lot of hit points.
And Tetch, so you pass control water, and
Yeah, my eyes kind of go completely white, and there's lightning crackling out of my fingers as the water just starts to swirl around.
And you create this whirlpool that sort of gives this momentum to the ship that is accelerating hard, and just with that sort of swing, it's going to impact to the rocks. I'm loving this. So I just want to make sure that everybody is here ready for impact. There are still people in both sides. I would say, or in my mind, everybody's on the side of the impact. Yes, the fact that you are on top of the creature is going to make you not too vulnerable to the damage, but at some point you have to go into the water, and probably there will be rocks there. But there's going to be some consequences out of this. Cue the cue the music for this really nice moment, and the aesthetic start accelerating and gets into the whirlpool and swings a little bit, and there is not too many small sharp stones, but there is a couple like really big ones, like 2 or 3 that are like clearly please keep out or you will die, and the creature impacts, and there is a screech coming out of this creature, and it's almost like if how I'm gonna describe this. Imagine a cone of rock coming through a whale, and all that splash of organs and tissues and flesh are just there exposed. This creature starts what's the word? Moving frenetically, trying to escape, but it doesn't understand why it stopped moving. Inside your connection, Charlie. Charlie, you feel this pain. Could you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Be good at this, though.
That is a 28.
You don't pass out, but the same feeling that is this creature being impaled by the rocks on one of the sides, maybe one on the temple, it's hard on you. So you lose the connection, but still you're there pretty okay, and you find yourself being hugged by Malagak. Malagak, make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I will try. Because I was ready for it. Do I have advantage, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank God, because I'm big, but I'm not dexterous. That's a 19.
So you managed to keep hold on Charlie, but the whole inertia has made you roll over, and you fall aboard. Yeah, all over the boat, and you fall into the water. There is a couple of rocks there that is gonna make you some damage. Please make me now a strength check, please, to see if you keep hold on Charlie.
Just gonna say you do still have bardic inspiration. You can use that whenever you like.
Oh. It's a 21, because I'm still giant, so I still have my advantage.
Charlie's gonna be okay, but you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I almost died for you.
Wesley, there is not much that you can hold on that is not gonna break for the weight of the ape. So even if you pass your dexterity saving throw, you try to hold from one of the masts, and they break because of your weight, and then you fall into the water and to the rocks, and you're gonna take. It doesn't matter that you have a lot of hit points, right? But the important thing here is that there is a lot of creatures, and grabbing you. Fine, Orica. So you holding onto Oren.
Yes.
Who was helping to sort of tame this creature.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been working. That it's much more easier to control this creature. Thanks to that. What is your strategy here? It was like, I hope holding into Oren's gonna save my life, or I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna hold into Oren.
It was mainly a moment of madness and panic, Ali, if I'm honest with you. That was Orica does not know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't want Oren to die. so decided to hold on to Oren and just hope. that was where we were going with that.
Please roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That in total is 10.
Unfortunately, you lose hold on Oren. Both of you just go on different directions. The music stops, obviously. And then you're gonna take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as you
And Wesley is no longer an ape.
at least when you reduce size, this could just lose hold or grab on you as well. So you're free, Wesley, but still you're there. Tech, finally. You were doing your thing. I think yours is gonna be at disadvantage.
It's fair. It's fair. It's dexterity as well.
Yes.
Much like our dearly departed monster, I'm also not very good at these. That is a 5.
And you just into one of the rocks, you receive the full impact. You know, like you don't even hit the water first. You hit a rock.
Right on a rock. Okay.
And you're gonna take oh gosh, 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
1-8.
Yes.
Thankfully, still standing, but yeah.
There is a moment, Tseli, Alkis, everyone just flies away. I'm pretty sure they actually weren't expecting this. They were like, yeah, they have this under control. I mean, there's no way we're gonna do this. They go flying some bits over there. So, in theory, you didn't sink my ship, right? So it's still unsinkable. But this creature is, you can feel it, Charlie. It's in pain. It's dying. You also feel that pain is really, really uncomfortable. But thanks for passing your wisdom saving throw. At this point, most of you have hit the water and are sort of sinking. Tech, did you stop the spell? How long does it go for?
That's a good point. It is concentration, so I will just do a concentration check. No, that's a 5. So yeah, it's the whirlpool dissipates as I kind of slam onto the rocks.
So the whirlpool, it takes a while for it to totally dissipate. So most of you are like in the water, being dragged down. Probably the only one that is out is Tech, who hit a rock and it's on the rock. Please tell me.
Malagak is surprised because he can breathe underwater still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as we cast the spell on us.
Good.
Can I see where everyone's gone? I mean, I would love to do this passively. That would be an 18, but I will do a check if you want.
Yeah, please make me
As I look around, still a little bit in pain, but that is a 22.
You mostly see everyone except maybe Alkis and Seraphim, but they are like, so Alkis, being a paladin, might be struggling swimming with the blade, and Seraphim probably is trying to rescue the steel defender, probably. But everybody else, you can see, or at least deduce where they are.
So this is where being tapped out is not helpful. If I don't think I can swim anyway, and it's going to take me 10 minutes to take my arm off. So I'm pretty much just going to have to leave people to their own. I literally can't do anything because if I get in the water, I'm also wearing chainmail. So
yeah.
I mean, I have the slight advantage that I can breathe under the water as well. So I guess I'll try to help Alkis or anyone that's struggling. Yeah. But it's going to be very, very naff.
With your roll, You also see that the bubbling on the creature that was spawning creatures or like mini creatures stopped, but there is some still on top of the ship, and they start like jumping out. I would say that this rock formation is about 2 or 3, maybe 5 miles away from Candleskip. So still some sort of way for you to be safe and some sort of space for you to avoid these creatures to get into the shore, if that's what you want to do, right? What is everybody else doing?
Can Wesley use shape water to create a current to carry him to the nearest shore, or at least bit of land? And then, once I'm up there, at least immediately we'll just keep on casting shape water, trying to pick out people where I can and basically drag them out of the way.
Yes. So you are being sort of dragged by this, what is left of the whirlpool, and then you cast your spell, and because you are able to breathe on the water, you have a little bit more of, it's not frenetic, you are not like in stress of being down there, worry about I'm gonna asphyxiate here. And you see some of the creatures coming to you, but then you manage to escape with this sort of with your spell. But you know they are coming. And as soon as you get to the sort of rock that allows you to stand and to see, there is other creatures on the rocks as well. Orica, tell me.
So I'm underwater. Do I see any other survivors? Do I see Oren?
You don't see Oren at first glance. Yeah. You see other survivors. They are still trying to make it to those rocks. Now, because it's still the open sea, trying to get to the rocks is dangerous as well because the waves might slap you against. So this is not like a really... It's not a beach episode anime, okay? This is still dangerous for everyone here. What do you want to do?
With my back to the rocks, I would like to do that swimming thing of getting people by the shoulders and swimming backwards. If I take the damage from the rocks, that's fine. And I'll try and hoist them on before myself.
Yeah. With the same, because you're looking to the sea, you see this movement in the water that the creatures are coming to you. Charlie, Malagak took most of the impact. You are fine. What are you going to do?
So how far have I been dragged from the ship so far? Like, am I still kind of like we fell in the water? Are we getting dragged away from the ship? What's how far am I from the ship currently, I guess?
From the ship, I could say about 60 feet.
Okay.
Kind of thing, yes. So I would say that there is 10, 15 feet to some rocks, and then the ship is already like on top of the rocks.
Yeah. Good. So my wildfire spirit will still have been flapping around through all of this. And can it get to me? It can fly at 30 feet. How far under the water am I?
Oh, interesting. Is it a creature?
It is a creature, I think.
Okay, so it's going to have been propel as well. So let's roll...
Even though it flies? Like, it wasn't on the ship, it was flying.
Flying. Okay. I would say, without your command, still on top of the ship. So it's 60 feet away from you.
Okay. Well, that doesn't help me. I guess, it would take a couple of turns, I guess, but we're not in initiative. So it would fly over and it would use its fiery teleportation to take both me and Malagak out of the water onto rocks.
Nice. So as you do that, you see a couple of survivors already in the rocks. You see Orica, you see especially Ted. And you see Wesley, I think probably the one that is most aware of these creatures. And I would say at this point you are surrounded by them. Some of them coming from the ship and some coming from the sea. Alkis, you hear some battling already happening. Alkis and Celia are already fighting some of them. No way, there is no sign of Oren or Seraphine at this point. Tell me.
So anyone that's still in the water, any survivors, I would be guiding my wildfire spirit around to try and teleport them out to various.
Nice. That's an excellent plan. Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm still trying to do much the same thing with Shapewater. Give people a bit of assistance getting out of the ocean.
I think Malagak would. He's not sensible enough to create any massive, wonderful plan. So he would just axe things as they come up out of the water, or help. Yeah, as they're coming in, it's like, you'll get an axe and you'll get an axe. Just trying to,
Absolutely.
I think that Tetch is probably also on monster duty. I really don't have any spells, like, unless anybody looks like they particularly. I can't think of the word now. I have gust, so if anyone looks like they're particularly, light and might retain some wind in their sails, and I could use gust to help them ashore. But to be quite honest, I think I'm probably just Sacred Flaming, standing a little bit behind Malagak and just.
Yes. There are a lot, and you are between trying to stay safe and trying to save the survivors. You're taking some damage as well, so this is slowly wearing you out, and this is still not yet the break of the day, so it's really dark in here. And yes, of course, some of you have dark vision and etc., but it's still a really rough spot for all of you, especially because of the weather and the splashing of the sea salt on your eyes and etc. You're just not feeling great.
Can I?
Yeah.
If I get an opportunity, and possibly also if I can see him, given how dark it is, can I fly over to Teseli?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is, we'll just land next to them in the middle of the battle. Can either of you get a message out to Candlekeep? We need a way of getting these people out of here.
We've done. They are coming.
I think in the darkness as well, everyone would hear through stab noises, because she has like a little dagger attached to her, like it goes down her leg, so she's got that out and slicing at whoever's coming near. But in between slices, you would all hear, Oren! Has anyone seen Oren? Oren!
No response.
Yep.
Liz, I genuinely thought you were going to say that the bayonet was attached to the end of your lute, like a.
It is now.
Could I, as he's fighting, Malagak will make his way over towards Orica. Could I use the other oil you have to set fire to my great axe head? Not only to do more damage and look cool, but also it's a large light in a dark place, so people can try and get to the relative safety that where we're fighting.
People don't need to ask me more than once for lubricant, Malagak. Of course you know.
Lubricate, baby.
I'll use some of the armor that's been damaged and some of the cloth. I'll just wrap it around the axe head, at my great axe head, and then pour the lubricant on, set it on fire quickly, and then rejoin. Again, just trying to get people in one place, because at the moment everyone's spread out and I'm trying to save people. And all I could do is hit things.
Wesley, so you are around Alkis and Teseli, and they are trying to Alkis sort of casting compel duel, so try to call the attention of all the monsters, and Teseli supporting him. They are pushed into the water again for these creatures, as they are like about 15 surrounding them, and you find yourself as well sort of surrounded by 3 or 4 of them. And you, of course, your rock is not that big, so they are sort of in the water. It's logistics for this combat is complicated, but you find yourself surrounded. And I guess one of them gets grabbed onto you.
I mean, I still have winged boots active, so I'm just going to try and stay in the air and to keep myself away from any of these.
Nice. So how far are you going to be flying up?
Just enough to make sure I'm not in range of any of them hitting me. But yeah, beyond that, I want to be able to keep an eye on what's happening. Yeah, I do have one last spell slot left, so if I can line up enough of them, I'll drop a lightning bolt just to try and clear some space. But that's all I've got. Otherwise, it's just cantrips.
Nice. Thank you very much. That's amazing. Okay, Charlie, you are helping all the people, and most of you are like in a similar situation where you start like being surrounded by these creatures. Wesley, you see not too many, but some lights coming from Candleskip. They are coming slow, but there are some some small boats to your aid. That similar situation. You are surrounded by these creatures.
I mean, I have got a couple of like first level slots, so if there were enough of them, and I figured it was worth burning one, I would cast Thunder Wave, which is a 15-foot cube. Like if I literally thought like this is the moment they're all crowded in, I would just do that and then use my Channel Divinity to deal maximum damage on it as well.
And they just fly away. You have a couple more. You make some time for yourself. Thank you, Orica.
There's a lot of vicious mockery going on right now. Your makeup is terrible. Keep your tentacles away from me. I hate you. Like sort yourself out, Margaret. All that kind of stuff. That's going. If I notice that any of my companions who are also fighting anyone are getting particularly damaged, I will be using Healing Word on them, which is my last second level. So if anyone is particularly damaged,
probably Malagax, who is the one like doing melee attacks. Or
well, I mean, so from the ship, I was about 50% okay. So yeah, he's taking some attrition damage and things, but well, he's still. Thankfully, the creature didn't bite him at all.
It's fine. It's coming your way anyway because you're doing more damage than me. So, healing, not much. 7 points.
Thank you.
As you are casting this, a little bit of distraction, and you feel something grabbing you from your ankle, and they pull you into the water. All those have Malaga. You receive the healing, so you're aware that Orica is being pulled into the water.
Well, I'm dive bombing, but I think he'd bombshell him.
Amazing. Yeah. Orica, make me a perception check.
Perception, okay.
Yes.
I'm rolling amazingly today. 13.
13. It's dark. It's underwater. You don't see what's going on, but you feel that this creature that was grabbing you by the ankle ceases, lets you go, and then something else grabs you from the back of your neck or your clothes, takes you out of the water, just like if you were just a simple, not weighted rag, just put you back into the rocks.
You just call Orica a rag.
No. As if. And then Malagak, well, you jump anyways, but everybody else that was around and trying to keep light, making some sort of illumination for everybody. You see this probably it's large creature. It's not gigantic, but it's like a large creature. And this is a werg shark. And this werg shark takes Orica and puts her on the rocks, and there is something familiar out of this werg shark. I don't know if it's the beard, I don't know if it's the hair or the clothing, but people would say that it looks really similar to Mildred. And when she starts speaking, she says, "Don't worry. We're here to help. Don't worry." And those looking into the water, you see dozens of dorsal fins coming into the shore, and those creatures just disappearing and being pulled under the water. And in a couple of minutes, you and those work sharks, some sort of cooperation deal with this infestation of aberrations. Orica, you being the closest to this work shark with Mildred. Mildred is some sort of just overlooking the operation, and you have the sense that she's looking for something.
Mildred, what are you looking for, dear? You look to be scanning the area with your very bulbous eyes. What are you looking for? Can I help you?
Yes, your friend. What is your friend?
Which one? I've got many friends.
Wesley, the one that... no, big one,
I don't
the one
think he
that threw me
likes
away.
you. Tell me what happened. I know things are busy, but tell me what happened, because I don't think he likes you very much. I just got that impression. I don't know you that well, but things seemed a little tense.
Business, business. No hard feelings, but I'm gonna cut his throat.
Don't do that. You've just saved him. Don't save him. No need to kill him. That makes no sense, Mildred. And if you do that, I'll have to cut you, and I'll brandish my little bayonet her direction.
She doesn't look any impressive. She's just like...
Well, one eye's going that way, the other eye's going that way, so I really can't tell what's going on with her. Are you looking at me? Oh, yes, you are. Hello.
And so he will just say, the seas belong to Ombele, not to any aberration. And she will jump into the water, and as what you could assume will eat some of those aberrations, and then you can just see the fins disappearing, and you will see them no more.
Before they do leave, Tetch would have, if there were kind of worse sharks and the battle dropped, would just kind of turn to one and say, "In the name of truce and cooperation, you should know that there is one of you aboard that vessel that you may want to chew out."
Would you have shout that to Mildred or to any other wereshark around?
Whoever was nearest. I not to put too fine point in it. I can't tell the weresharks apart, so yeah. I don't know which one's in charge. I would just kind of say, look, there's one of you on there. Like, they've helped us. They've kind of shown themselves to be allies. As far as I'm concerned, I don't want the creature to go to the gold fraps. I can't remember their name now.
Bring us.
Yeah, the gold fingers. I don't want them to go to there. So much better that they're kind of in some sort of pack, and then that can be dealt with another time. But at least the Goldbringers don't have.
Yeah. One of them, probably two of them, were like, just acknowledge your comment, and probably you will assume that they stop battling to go to the ship and look for such thing. Like, instead of going into the water, they will walk to deal with that.
Yeah, I give them as best directions as I can, presuming that the ship is probably on its side now. So,
yeah. Similarly to the creature that you burned down to ashes, this the ship is also like drying up. Like, if a sea animal, it's been taken out of the water for long, and it's just like drying up. And finally, you can see a couple of meters away some really small boats, rowing boats, coming to your aid. They are not getting close to the rocks because they will be slammed against. So somehow you will have to make it into those boats swimming.
If I gauge that they are stopping out, don't want to go, presuming that there's no danger, Tetch would ritual cast Water Walk on kind of 9 creatures, take some survivors to a boat, walk back, and just keep doing that.
Yeah,
it'll take hours, but
then I guess, Charlie, you will still using your teleportation. So there is a big synergy with the party here, just to put all the survivors out there. we are getting close to the end of this. How would you like to start wrapping up in terms of, would you like to, the five of you going to a boat and have a conversation to...
Well, what am I feeling from my connection to the ship currently?
The ship is dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, slowly, very slowly.
I think, sorry, carry on, Charlie.
Then, like, I'd be sort of trying to comfort it, soothe it. I'm like, I'm not up for it. I don't want it to die alone. That kind of, I've got this connection with it now, and I'm like, I could take this off, but then, so Charlie, I guess, gets themselves onto the boat along with all the other survivors, and is just kind of quite solemnly standing on the side of the boat, looking at the wrecked ship. And
are you telling me that you're showing compassion to this situation? Because that is one of the sweetest things I ever witnessed in D&D. Thank you very much, Chef. That was amazing. In this space that you are losing this connection, but it's still this sort of mini space where you are still connected and you feel the pain. You've been feeling the pain, but the pain is fading away because the connection is fading away. So you, at some point when it stops hurting you, it means that it's over. It probably will take all the way to Candleskip for this to happen. Unfortunately, it's a very slow death for this creature. But yeah, thank you. That was amazing, G. Anybody else? Do you want to, for those who see Charlie jumping into one boat, would you follow Charlie? Would anybody by your own?
I think just before that happens, I think Malagak would run to Wesley and try and cover him, like hide him. Like, Wesley, they're here for you. Be careful. Mildred's returned. She might attack you again. Let's try and get you to the boat without them seeing you, so you don't get attacked again.
Mildred's back?
Yeah, she had like a...
Oh, that's going to complicate matters. That's a problem for another day. Yes, let's find a boat.
It's just, come on, I'm going to try and hide you from the ocean, which just involves me walking around you,
Thank you, Malagak. That's very kind of you.
We can't be fighting the people that just helped us survive. And I don't want them to attack you again. Why did they attack you?
It's a long story. It's probably not worth getting into now.
Okay.
If not now, where?
Well, we have a boat journey, so let's get you to safety and you can tell us all about it.
So Malagak and Wesley will go in one boat together. Same question, would that be the same boat as Charlie? Another boat?
Oh, definitely the same boat as Charlie, 100%.
Tech and Orica.
Presumably would try and stick to the same people. I'm kind of leaving this crowd to last, if Charlie gets people on board themselves. But yeah, I'm doing kind of civilians first, and then I'll sort out Orica and get on whatever boat has space.
Do I see Oren?
Mm-mm. Neither sort of thing.
I will wait till the very end, until everyone has got onto the boats.
So the last people on the shore, on these rocks, is Teseli Alkes, who are talking to other higher ranks than just mariners, who are sort of asking what happened. They are sort of explaining the situation, X, Y, Z.
Do I notice Orica doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, so Malagak, just give me a moment. Orica.
Wesley.
I don't want to make any assumptions, but, well, all of us can still breathe water for quite a while longer. I've got at least a little bit of a control over some currents, if there was anyone you wanted to look for.
They're just not here, Wesley. They were there with me, and now they're not. Oren. If you could try and locate them. Is there anything you can do?
I'll give it a go. Yeah, DM. Gonna drop back down beneath the surface. Can I see anybody?
How deep do you want to? Do you want to be? Where do you want to look? Underwater or sky up?
I'm sort of assuming if they were visible from the sky, I would have already seen them, given I've been flying around for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably gonna go all the way down to the bottom, see what I can find.
Yeah. It's fun because you are a storm sorcerer. And storms are also some sort of link with the ocean. And you feel this sort of warm, warm feeling of like welcoming from the ocean. And you start going down, and at some point you sort of miss that sort of connection. It still getting really, really cold. But you see this rainbow light that you saw from the Steel Defender really, really down.
Yeah, I will, shape water, kind of continue this current just around myself, gradually bring myself down towards it.
So you will, doesn't really matter, but you start receiving some cold damage, and this ocean is like not welcoming you anymore. Now you are in other territory, which is not the storm territory. It takes you a while, and probably Oricat, Sally, and Alkis are like, what's going on? What's the matter?
Wesley's died.
Well, let's go. And you see those three figures sort of just on the ocean floor. What's the name? Yeah. Bottom?
Seabed.
Seabed, yes. The three figures sort of not moving on the bottom of the ocean. You can see the Steel Defender, Seraphine, and Oren. Oren holding onto the mask.
Are they alive?
You will have to get close, and as you get close, they look unconscious. And then the Steel Defender are always linked to the life of the Artificer. And you can see that the light is still on.
They're unconscious, so they appear to be breathing.
We'll find out.
Next week.
Yeah, they're alive.
Can you shape water out of their lungs? Is that a thing?
Can you carry them?
Yeah, I guess
Probably.
the question is how you're gonna,
I mean, I'm aware I'm already stretching the limits on a cantrip. Do I have any hope of moving four of us back up? Or is that very much out of my reach at this stage?
I can come and help, remember, as well. I'm
I
big.
think you will have to go out and then come back.
Yeah, alright. I'll head back up and say to whoever's still there, I found them. All three of them. They're at the bottom, but I can't move them by myself.
You just left them on the bottom, Wesley.
That's fine. I'll take off some of my armor as you're speaking, so I can swim better.
Malagak, it's
I
a
will
long
come
way
with as well.
down. I think.
I've got my
do you have
breathing
anything
on.
that can help here?
The cell is gonna cast, that's not too low, but invincibility on all of you. Probably enlarge. Well, Alkis will cast enlarge of Malaga.
Oh, really? Because then I'm huge. I am no
You are
longer
the
large.
sea.
I am huge. So I can grab the metal one and Seraphim, and you grab Orin.
I mean, if Malagak's huge, surely Malagak can get all three of them.
Just want to give. Well, I need someone to show me where they are.
So it's the same sort of situation where you start going down and it starts getting really cold and you receive some cold damage from it. You get to the seabed and Malagak grabs people, start moving up. It takes a while. It's not, I'm not gonna lie, it's not comfortable. And then every now and then you see a were shark passing by, just like giving you the look. I'm going up. You made it out.
As soon as people are brought to shore, I will start going around and just using spare the dying, just in case.
Nice.
If I'm huge,
I will start with
they can
Oren.
fit in my hands. Yeah, I'll hold my hands out with the two humanoids, and then just because I'm huge, right? So they can fit in my hand. So I'll hold my hands out, Oren and Seraphim one, and the Steel Defender just kind of like latched on under my arm.
Yeah, Oren first, Seraphim.
Yeah. So there is ways to solve this, but neither Teseli or Alkis have such means or spell.
I think just double check. So as a sailor, would I know how to help with people who have been taken? I'm thinking, how to resuscitate, how to. So I have the sailor background because I spent a lot of time on the ocean. So, from my background, I would know, when someone swallows too much water, you can help get it out. Could I do that procedure?
Yes. Ali doesn't know that procedure, so let's just say you roll for that. You roll well, and that's happening, but I don't know how to describe it.
That's okay. It's chest compressions and a bit of mouth to mouth.
So at least you know that you're doing everything you can at this point. But then you will have to make it to the shore and take it to someone who can revivify, I guess, or resurrect. Well, they're not dead, technically.
They're on the edge. We need someone to help. There's more damage than a healing spell, but they're not dead.
It's more emotional damage at this point.
Emotional damage.
So everybody will put into a bow. The 5 of you will be put into a bow. And then the Teseli and Alkis will sort of say, we will take care of Seraphine and Oren. Everything is fine. We will see you somewhere at the shore.
Do I get... sorry, Ali. Do I get the sense that some healing would help? Because I do have a healing potion.
Yeah, it would help, but it won't solve the issue. Just stabilize further. Yeah.
Okay. If they're already stable, then.
Yeah. So you start making your way to the shore. It takes a while because I'm pretty sure you are not helping with the rowing. You are all exhausted.
Malagak is still huge.
It's kind of a short rest.
Please drop the huge thing. The boat's leaning a bit too much.
Yeah, I would say this counts as a short rest, if that helps something.
I get nothing.
So Wesley, whilst this lovely NPC is rowing for us, you said you had how did Mildred attack you? I feel a little bit guilty for punching them off the ship 4 times because they've just saved us. And should we be prepared for them to attack the boat and pull you down into the depths?
I don't think so. I've got some unfinished business there, but it's not something that needs to concern any of you. Thank you for your part in getting me out of the original conflict. That was very much appreciated. But yes, I think you should just forget about Mildred and yes, let's get ourselves ashore.
Now, you see the thing, Wesley, about forgetting things. Bards don't really do that. We like stories. We like to know a beginning, a middle, and end. Now, we know the beginning, I think. We know what happened in the middle. We need to know how this is going to end, because if Mildred's going to come back for you, you need to be ready.
And your friends do too. That's us. I think, right? Yeah.
Look, it's not that I don't appreciate the offer, but I generally work alone. This is not something that any of you need to be involved in. It's my own business, and I will take care of it myself.
Wesley. Do you look alone right now? Because I think that we just saved Candlekeep, and you weren't working alone for that, were you? Without Orica, you would never have been a giant ape.
Or part of a very successful group on stage.
Exactly, the quintet.
I mean, I did enjoy the quintet. It's been very nice, and yes, I'm glad that we were able to come together to resolve this. I certainly couldn't have done any of that without you. And, well, I hope I was at least helpful in my own way. But...
And you know what they say about problems and giving them to other people?
It's no longer your problem.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what my elders used to say. Yeah, a problem given is a problem given to someone else to help you with. And we can help.
Orica's going to begin just with the loot. There once was a person called Wesley who refused to share his problems with his friends. Looking pointedly at Wesley.
The 25 maidens on a ship.
This is how the song's currently going, Wesley. Do you want me to continue?
Do you want to make a persuasion check on that?
Sure.
Could I help by badly reiterating, there once was a man named Wesley?
See, it's around now. Right.
Catchy.
27?
All right, Okay, fine. It's not something I'm proud of, and I didn't mean for any of you to get involved, and so I'm sorry that this is happening. I'd really rather you just walked away and forgot about it all, but if you must know, I've been contracted to kill Mildred, and I sort of need to make sure that happens. It was very much me who started that conflict rather than Mildred. She may be coming back to kill me anyway, but if she is, I very much got myself into this mess, and none of you should have to dig me out of it.
Most will be doing too much digging in the ocean.
There weren't a lot of rhymes with that, Wesley. I can't rhyme much with Mildred. Oh, dead! No, I can do that. No, sorry. Malagat, continue.
Well, Wesley, don't worry about it. We'll keep you safe until you're on shore, but this thing, I would probably not recommend going near the ocean for a while, and maybe see if you could take another job that doesn't involve killing unnecessarily.
Well, I'll certainly need to do a little bit of thinking about the best way forwards, but
you do.
There's time for that.
There is. I just remembered. we still have this. And I just look at G like, well, we're alive and we have the ovary. What's your plan?
So at this, how far have we gone at this point? Like, am I still feeling this connection? Has the ship finally?
Very faded. Very, very faded. Yeah.
I mean, if it's still there, even tenuously, I would still have the necklace on. I think. Well, I'm gonna take this back to my boss and hope it's what he's looking for.
What, this? Or the necklace?
No, this one.
You take the necklace and I take this?
Yeah. What are you going to do with that one?
Well, I'll take this back to my boss. Well, Elder. But didn't your boss want this? Like, I pull out the really wet, sodden note for the circle that I drew. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
So your mission all along was to get that, not this?
No, it was to get that one, but I think I can. I think this will do.
Okay, if you're confident, then all my problems have been sorted in one fell swoop. See, Wesley, a problem shared is a problem fixed.
Who exactly is your boss, Charlie? There aren't many people who, well, certainly I would be competent in dealing with a problem of the size we've just left behind.
No, there's not. With all due respect, he doesn't like me talking about it.
There once was a person called Charlie. Refused to share who their boss was. To their party.
By the sounds of it, that'll
Yes,
actually
there was.
give him some extra brownie points with his boss, I think. But as long as your boss isn't going to be annoyed that I mean, the rest of you, this thing is very, very powerful. It's just turned a boat into a tentacle monster. Are you all happy I can protect it very, very well. Are you all happy for me to take this back? Ketch, I know you seem to have some understanding of things that are not within my grasp.
I assure you that any expertise that I may have exuded was entirely feigned. I've probably got about as much view of it as you have, my dear chap, but I think if anyone were competent enough to protect such a device, it's yourself. So.
Oh, thank you. Only because of how good we work together, though. You know, one person on their own isn't ever going to win a battle, eh, Wesley?
Oh, I don't know. Won a few in my time.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
So we're getting close to the shore. Your last moments to talk stuff through.
You know, Tetch, I know in your last little speech there you decided that Teseli was the fifth harbinger. I don't think you've done such a bad job of harbinging yourself this time. Might want to just tweak the way you view things a little bit.
That's kind of you to say, but it's not a place for me to decide. I am but a humble priest.
Humble priest? What? You just made a whirlpool out of nothing. I would never be strong enough to throw a ship at an island, and you did that with just eyes and lightning. Like,
oh, Talos did the whirlpool. I am but a vessel.
No, you're a harbinger. What was it, Wesley?
You got it.
You are one of them.
Tetch doesn't say anything more, but just kind of does smile a little bit to himself. Maybe you're kind of reaching him. But he's an NPC in his own story, so.
Orica, could I put a request in?
Is it for more lubrication, Malagak? Because
No.
I'm tapped out, I'm afraid. I have no more lubrication for you.
No, that's okay. It goes something like this. There once was a bugbear named Malagak.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the rest. That's the request. Just upon your travels, just
Who
saying
went to go get things and then bring them back?
Okay, get Backer. I told you that's
Okay,
what
get
I
back called Malagak, yes.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
And I will sing it in every single tavern that I visit after this.
The fame shall surely grow.
It will. And I'll tell the truth. I will not embellish or change any detail of what happened, because what we did was remarkable, I think. Although I do hope we got all the survivors. Did we get all the survivors, Ali?
Most of them.
Okay.
I mean,
there was a lot of affected people on that ship.
Most of them.
We got all the survivors except the ones that died.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people just died.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
I might just happen to miss that little detail out, but yes, I'll keep it a jolly tale.
As you get into the sand of the beach, really quiet, behind this rock formation, there is not many waves. You see Candleskip, a couple of miles away. No, a couple of meters. Yeah, maybe 1 mile away from the coast. And the day breaks. Of course, it was getting clear, but you see the first ray of light breaking on the horizon. And Wesley and Tetch, you feel your connection with the storm and Talos sort of restore this kind of interference that was between you and your arcane and divine energy is restored. Behind you, the boat with Teseli, Alkis, and the rest as well gets into the sand, and they said that we will take care of this. What you just did today is amazing. Alkis and I will sing about it. We'll make sure that Oren sings about it as well. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to contact us. And if you need an explanation as well, they give you some instructions to where you can have like a night of rest before you do whatever you want, and the bill will be on them. So with that, you've been all wore down and tapped out and no spells. I imagine you will just crash into a bed and sleep for a whole full day. And yes.
I have a final thing that Charlie would do just before that. With the connection finally gone from this necklace, we take the necklace off, and having had a short rest, has a wildfire spirit again. And this one, even though they are miles away from this thing went out, from the remains of the shipwreck, will manifest their wildfire spirit this time as a swarm of butterflies, flaming little butterflies, which will go off through the morning light, and they will settle on what is left of it and just sort of cremate.
Thank you, Jim. That was beautiful. As these massive flames could be seen from Candlescape, people maybe start running some rumors and stories about what's going on. But yes, you can see these massive flames on the horizon, or like from Candlescape. And as that burns, we move to another fireplace in the local pub where you are all safe and sound. It's really early in the morning, and it's only Teseli that is there waiting for you. And he says again, thank you very much for what you did. We couldn't have done it without your help. We didn't even were expecting people like you being on board. There will be great songs on your honor. If there is anything that you need from us to put you on your way back home, on your way to your next adventure, please don't hesitate to let us know.
May need a boat. Slightly smaller boat, one that doesn't grow tentacles, please, to Sally.
That could be arranged.
If there could be a way of locating the Goldbringers and letting them know that, sadly, a lot of the people on the boat, including very well-known adventurers, sadly they died. If there could be a way of letting the Goldbringers specifically know that, that would be very good for me.
Do you want this to be addressed by someone or an anonymous?
Anonymous, to say.
Absolutely, we can arrange that.
Specifically, someone by the name of Orica. They should know who that is.
Okay.
Dead. Very dead.
Very dead. Okay. By the way, Oren is doing well. They and Seraphine, they had a rough time, but they are recovering well. And then turns to the others.
Thank you very much for the offer, but I think I can get back home on my own steam.
It's fine. I will just say that that item of yours is not in my list, but I'm plenty sure some people will be looking for it. So,
I appreciate it. I would not be surprised.
I think your name was Wesley?
Indeed. I'll be hanging around in Candlekeep for a little longer, so I think I'm fine for now. The offer's very kind.
All right, thank you. Tetch.
Well, I'm not going to be in any hurry to get on a boat anytime soon, I don't believe, but I think that now that I'm ashore, I shall probably spend a little bit of time in Baldur's Gate.
Do you want transport to be arranged for you?
I mean, if people are going the same way, then company is always appreciated.
Is anybody else going to Baldur's Gate?
There's a couple more things I do need to get. One of them looks like this. But I think I'm heading in that direction. If you could do that, yeah, that'd be great.
There we go. Traveling companions already.
Yeah, you could tell me more about your lightning.
I'm sure that could be arranged. Some free nights in this spot for Wesley, if that's enough for you. Orica, we will send a message. You can stay here as well or do as you please. Charlie, good luck with that. And with that, if you want to have any closing remarks with your companions.
As Taselli wanders off, Wesley will just gently start singing. There once was a bard named Orica. Got into trouble with the gold bringers.
It's good that you pronounced it correctly this time, Wesley.
And
Oh, I see what you did there.
with that, we're gonna finish our game. Thank you very much to all of you for watching this heartbreaking and I love this session. So happy. Thank you everyone for joining us and being part of the finale of A Distorted Revelation. If you enjoyed tonight, we play every Monday from 6 p.m. GMT. We also have our long run campaign Fracture on Tuesdays, 6 p.m. GMT. You can also join us on Friday for our talk show from 6 p.m. GMT for Talk Together Out Chat, where we interview our players, DMs, and people from other TTRPG industry. All of the shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and you can find all of the content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. There are also podcast versions of all of our shows available everywhere. Search for Roll Together RPG. If you cannot find us, please let us know and we will try to put it up. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. There is a link in the chat now for you to join us for $1 gold piece, $1, £1, depending on your currency. Big thank you again to all our sponsors and supporters. And don't forget, we are all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Thank you for watching and see you very soon. Bye.